Hello, welcome to episode 455 of the Command Block Only tutorial series. We're on 1.2.1.4, and we're going to be making Snowball smoke bombs. This was a question from Ralph on MC Discord, and it's based on episode 433, Alternate Smoke Bomb. I'm going to do something I don't normally do. We're going to start as if we had finished episode 433. These are the commands from that episode, so you can watch that one, or just grab the commands from the description. I will also put them in the description of this video as well. If you want to know how they're working, though, you can watch the episode that will be linked in the description. So the idea here is, let's do a setup. I have changed this. At the moment, it doesn't work because in the description it says @s. We will need to change that to @p because @s is trying to give the smoke bomb to the command block, which is pretty useless. So that is the only change I have made. Other than that, they are directly copied. And we can throw the smoke bomb. And there's our smoke bomb. So what we're going to do is we're basically just going to make an add-on. And we're going to make it so when a snowball lands, it summons a smoke bomb. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add an extra score. So we'll go over here to the setup, and I'll just pop it on the end of setup. And we will have scoreboard, objectives, add, used, snowball, and it will be of type used : snowball. There we go. Done. Now that'll go up every time I throw a snowball. In fact, we might as well check it. Scoreboard, objectives, set display, sidebar, use snowball. And can I have a snowball, please? Let's throw one. Score's gone up. Cool. Okay. Let's reset that score. Scoreboard, players, reset. Nearest player will do. Use snowball. Okay. Let's give ourselves a snowball smoke bomb. Give snow bomb. That's what I'm going to call it. Okay, done. Better put a command in there or it's not going to do anything. We will give the nearest player a snowball, but we'll have to give it some custom data. Minecraft custom data equals open and close. Well, we'll try to. And we'll call it smoke true. Done. Hey, okay. So we've got a snowball. The only difference is that one's got some custom data on it because we'll be checking for that. Now let's make a controller. Let's just grab one of them. Put that down there. Pop a lever on top. Now I use levers. You don't have to. You can have this set to always active. I tend to leave them set to need redstone when I'm sort of inventing things, and then I just turn the lever on. Right, first thing we're going to do is we want to check if a player throws a snowball, we're going to look just in front of them and we're going to summon another snowball with a passenger at the coordinates of the old snowball, and then we're going to get rid of the old snowball. And then when that passenger no longer has a vehicle, so when it no longer has a snowball, that means the snowball has hit something and broken, and we can execute as or at the passenger. Okay, let's go. Let's do execute as any player whose scores equals used snowball equals 1 or higher. 1 or higher. Okay, then we will anchor to the eyes. So instead of the command running at their feet, the command is now running at their eyes. At that player, positioned, we use little hats, carrots, and we'll say 0.5. So positioned 0.5, half a block in front of where they're looking. And then what we're going to do is we'll say at the nearest type equals Minecraft, not snow golem, snowball. We have to do an MBT check, but it's okay because we're only doing the MBT check when someone fires, when someone throws a snowball. MBT equals open and close. And the MBT we want to check. We want to check the item, open and close. And on the item, we want to check some components. Components, we want to spell components correctly. Components, open and close curlies. And the components we want to check is the custom data. Minecraft custom data. And the custom data we're looking for will be bomb, and I believe we called it smoke. Okay, bomb smoke. So if all that is fine, what else do I want to do? Then I'm going to run summon a Minecraft snowball at that position. I'm going to give it some tags. We'll have one tag, we'll say init, because we want to initialize it. But we only want to do that once. Difference here is, so at the moment, the only thing we've added is a tag. So we've swapped one snowball that's moving for a snowball that's not moving, but has a tag. And we're also going to give it a passenger. Passengers. Open and close the list. We're going to have one passenger. The passenger will have an ID. The ID will be Minecraft area effect cloud. Okay, we're going to use an area effect cloud because we can just save a number into its duration and kill it nice and easily. When we summon it though, we'll give it a high duration. Duration of, let's say 6,000, so that's 5 minutes. Okay, and that area effect cloud is also going to have some tags. And the tags it's going to have, let's say, smoke target. Okay, so we should end up with a snowball. Now, will it work if we just do a test now? Do I need to get some more of them? Let's get some more. Okay, well, we don't really see anything at the moment. And my snowball score has come back, so let's reset that. Let's keep going. Right, I'm going to do scoreboard, players, reset. And we'll just reset the snowball score for all players. Used snowball. Okay, done. So now I can throw them and it's just going to reset the score for me. That's nice. Okay. Now I want to give that snowball, the new one, some motion. So let's execute at any entity whose type equals Minecraft snowball, whose tag equals init, as any entity whose type equals Minecraft snowball, whose tag doesn't equal init, whose distance equals less than 0.1, and we'll limit it to 1 as well, limit equals 1. We will store success on an entity at S into its position, number 1, so that's its Y, as a double, minus 5,000. So if the command we are going to run is successful, we will store minus 5,000 into the Y position of the first original snowball we threw. Not the new one with the passenger, the one we threw. So that's going to go pop down into the void. Okay. And then here comes the command. We will run data modify entity at any entity whose type equals snowball, whose tag equals init, whose distance equals, let's say less than 0.1 again, whose limit equals 1, And what have I done there? Double equals. And we are going to set their motion, and we're going to set it from entity at s motion. It's a long one. So what we're doing, we're executing at the new snowball as the old snowball we threw. Then we're going to store the success of the following command into the old snowball. And it's going to store it into its Y position. So we're going to make it go whoosh down into the void. And the command we're going to run is we're going to modify the data of the new snowball. And we're going to copy the motion from the old snowball. Okay. Done. Then we are going to remove the init tag. We only want to do that once. Tag any entity whose type equals snowball, whose tag equals init, remove init, no longer has the tag. I bet we're going to have to do some troubleshooting. Lastly, when the area effect cloud passenger no longer has a vehicle, so the snowball has died, we want to do something. So we're going to need a predicate for this. Let's execute as any entity whose type equals area effect cloud, whose tag equals smoke target, at that entity, unless predicate, and we need to check for the vehicle. So let's go off and let's go to misode, which is currently on my other monitor, which is useful, isn't it? Let's bring that over. Come on. There we go. And we will do a predicate check. We'll check entity properties. Entity will be this. Predicate will be vehicle. That's all we're going to do. We just want to check for any vehicle. We will press the little settings and we'll say minified, so we get it as a long string. We will copy that, and I just put it back to tabs, just so I can see it nicer. Okay, let's go back. Let's pop that predicate in there. Bang. Okay, so if it doesn't have a vehicle we keep going, we will store the success. We will store the success onto an entity at S, the area effect cloud, its duration. We'll store it as an integer and we'll multiply it by 0. So that's going to set its duration to 0, which means we're basically going to kill it. And we'll run, let's just say hi. Let's test with the say hi. Done. Before we do anything else, we've done a lot and we haven't tested anything. And that is why we want to test, because as we can see, literally nothing is happening. Maybe we haven't set up the score. No, we've done the score. I'm going to press it anyway just to make sure. Okay, so somewhere in here, in one of these long commands, this is why I'm so much more into data packs now. It's so much easier to troubleshoot. Let's have a look at the commands. Execute as used snowball 1 or higher, anchored to its eyes at S, positioned a little bit forward. Yep. At any entity who is a snowball, NBT components. So it could be, we've got this bit wrong. So maybe we change, oh, we've put bomb smoke, haven't we? Our snowball doesn't have bomb smoke. That is our smoke bomb. Our smoke bomb we called, or our smoke snowball, our snow bomb, we called smoke true. So let's do that. Well, that didn't help either. Okay. Are we even summoning an area effect cloud? So smoke true. That looks right. I don't think we need these speech marks around it. That was the problem. There we go. Okay, so fix. What have I done for the fix? The first command in the series, I was just silly. And in here, I put the data for the smoke bomb itself, not the snowball that we're making now. So I've taken away the speech marks that were surrounding it. Taken those away. And we've set it to smoke true, which, if we look at the give command, is what we put here. Okay, so that was a silly mistake. And now it's landing and it's saying hi. Not before it lands, so we throw it straight up. No, no, no. There it is. Hi. Okay, so that works. Yeah, now we just need to change that hi command to something else. So all we're going to do, effectively, since we know our smoke bomb works, because we copied all the commands from the original, so we know that works. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to summon one of those. Ooh, ground to a halt then. It can't have just been those few particles that did that. Maybe I should record when I'm not doing other things on my computer. Okay, so instead of saying hi, we want to summon a smoke bomb. So we will summon, so it'll be an item, a Minecraft item at those coordinates. We don't want the player to pick it up. So we'll set its pickup delay now as well. Pick up delay 32767. That's the maximum. And if you set it to that, it won't even tick down. So they'll never be able to pick it up. And then we'd better give it some item data. Item open and close. It will have an ID. What item do we want? Minecraft. We used grey dye. So we'll need that. I don't think we care about giving it a name because the player's never going to be able to pick it up and see the name. So we don't need to give it a name. We'll give it a count, which probably defaults to 1 anyway. So let's not put a count either. And we'll just put the components on. So let's do components. We'll find out if we need a count when it doesn't work. Components we're going to put on will be Minecraft custom data. Well, let's get that correct. And the custom data we're going to add will be bomb smoke. Now let's just save that. Bomb colon smoke. And let's go and have a look at our give command over here. And I believe we've got bomb smoke. Okay. Whee! There we go. Well, that one didn't work. What's wrong with you? Have we broken it? My computer, I think my computer is just absolutely crazily lagging. So it can't just be a few particles because it's not making that many, really. My computer is not having a happy day. I think I'm going to have to do a little bit of checking on my computer today. Yeah. So it is working. It's just my computer is having a fit for some reason. Oh dear. I hope it's not dying. Because just throwing a few of those should not be stressing my computer out. Anyway, there we go. I know what I'm doing for the rest of the day. We will be finding out why my computer is so unhappy and so sad. But enough of that. What we have done is we've taken the original smoke bomb from episode 433. So that is this scoreboard, give the smoke bomb, and the controller that makes the smoke. And then we've added another scoreboard, and we've added a snow bomb or a snowball smoke bomb. And then we've added a controller, and it literally just summons a smoke bomb where it lands. Cool. As I say, this one was for Ralph, question asked on MC Discord. And I thought I'll share it because I've already done the commands for it. And that means it gives me a little bit of extra time to get on with something else. So I'm going to do some work. And then with the spare time, I'm going to do a bit more on my map. So have a great day. I'm probably not going to. For some reason, it's suddenly decided to be 35 degrees here today. I do not know why, but it is getting too hot for me. So I'm going to go and collapse in front of a fan while I work. Take care and see you soon. Bye-bye.